Well, you know, the thing that I'm most proud of is the way our guys finished the game, the resiliency they showed in the game, the adversity they had to overcome in the game, which, you know, we knew we would have to playing here. It's always this way here. But, you know, when the defense went out when they got the fumble, I said, guys, we got to hold them to a field goal. We're going to time out them. This is where you show you know how to win. You got to stop them right here. And when the offense went out there with 50 seconds to go in a game, or 55, or whatever it was to go 2 minutes, I said, this is where you show if you know how to win. Got to go kick a field goal. Got no timeouts. And, you know, the players did a great job in both those circumstances, and it continued in overtime. You know, really did a great job in overtime, even though, you know, we get 2 penalties inside the 2-yard line. So we made it a little more difficult than we needed it to be. But you got to be proud of the players, the way they competed, the resiliency that they showed, how they finished the game. Now, if you want to talk about a lot of the rest of it, you got to give LSU's players a lot of credit. They really played a good game. They really played hard. It was a tough game, physical, direct run after direct run. You know, we didn't get off the field on 3rd down. We created enough 3rd down situations that we needed to get off the field, and it changed the field position dramatically. They had the ball the whole 3rd quarter. Of course, we didn't make any first downs when we had it, but you got to give their players a lot of credit. But you got to give our guys a lot of credit for hanging in there, stopping them when they had to stop them, and making the plays when they needed to make them at the end of the game. All right, now there's a lot of things that we need to do better. There's no question about that. And, you know, you would ask the players, how do you think you played today? It was a great win, but do we think we played a great game today? Probably not one of our best. All right, and we need to make improvement based on that. But I tell you what, anytime you can win in a place like this, this is a great atmosphere for college football, and it was tough down there, and I'm really, really proud of our players for finishing the game the way they did. Great win for Alabama, and I'm really proud of our players.
Sorry, Coach. Can you talk about the end of the Ole Miss game and how your offense has come back to the end of this game with the execution and different things that went on there?
It was really a penalty in that game that killed us, because we were going to have the ball on the 26-yard line, 1st down, with 47 seconds to go in the game, and we get a holding penalty, which was a holding penalty, and, you know, put a 2nd long, and, you know, then we threw a ball down the field and got it intercepted. But, you know, I was really proud of Blake, because he didn't have one of his better games, and it was tough. They were playing a lot of man-to-man, a lot of close coverage. You know, we threw a lot of balls in the first half trying to beat them over the top and never really did, but he hung in there. And, you know, he made some great plays when we had to in 2 minutes at the end of the game, and really proud of him for hanging in there. You got to have a lot of resiliency when you play, you know, in our league. I mean, these are good teams that we play. I'm really, really proud of the way he hung in there today, because things weren't going well for him. And in the past, Blake would have gotten frustrated, but he showed a lot of resiliency today and hung in there and made the plays when he needed to make them, and did a great job in that 2-minute drive. Made a great throw for the touchdown, you know, and so our energy just, when we went 2 minutes and kicked that field goal, our energy level just went up. I didn't like our energy level at halftime, and I didn't like our energy level in the 2nd half as a team. And then when we put that drive together, our energy level went up, and, you know, we really finished the game strong.
Coach, were you surprised that LSU played for the field goal there at the end? Were you surprised that they did that?
No, that's probably what I'd have done. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, we had our timeouts. They should have known. I mean, I'm sure they knew that we were not going to allow them to take the clock in the game, and that we would call timeout every time, so that we would have an opportunity, whatever time was left, to have a chance to go kick a field goal and tie the game. So, you know, you can be critical now But I bet you there was not anybody that was critical when they were ahead 13-10. Everybody was probably really happy that they kicked a field goal and they were ahead in the game. So now that they lost the game, everybody's going to criticize for not. But what if you go for a touchdown and get an interception or a pick? And everybody's going to sit around and say, why didn't you kick a field goal?
What do you think of Griffith bounce?
So, you know, the difference between what you all have to do and what we have to do and what Les Miles has to do is our decisions are final, and we have to live with the consequences. Everybody else gets to second guess everything we do. And everything that we do that doesn't work is a bad decision. Simple as that.
What do you think of
How big was Reuben Foster's hit at the end of regulation? What did you see from that, just in terms of?
Well, I think it elevated our energy, you know, as a team. All right, which I think kicking a field goal elevated it. I think that kind of energy and enthusiasm is contagious, all right, and it really helps. And we didn't have a lot of that in the second half out there today. And you know, I was running up and down on the sidelines trying to create some of it, trying to get the coaches to create it, but. We got it at the end when we needed to and finished the game strong.
Nick, talk about your front three on defense, how they played the defensive line up front like that.
I'm sorry?
Talk about the front three on the defensive line, the guys that went in and out, and how they played against their run.
Well, I don't know what their rushing yards were, but they had 56 rushes for 183 yards. So, you know, when you're willing to get in two tight ends and a flanker, all right, or regular people, two backs and a tight end, all right, and run direct run after direct run, I mean, our guys did, I think, a really, really good job, even though they had some 5- and 7-yard runs. Our guys did a really good job. That's a tough physical game. That's old-fashioned ball. All right, that's the kind of football that when I played, you played. You know, nothing spread about that. You better butt the guy in the throat that's playing across from you, both sides. Get your hands inside and control the blocker and get off and get ready to hit a 230-pound guy rolling through there behind a 250-pound guy. And we did it all day, 56 times. 56 times. So that's, but you know, I'm not being critical of them. I think they do that well. And I think it's really good for their team to do what they do. And their offensive line is good. Their runners are good. And, you know, not very many teams are as big as we are because we were really built to be able to beat a team like LSU. Because when we came in the league, that's what this league was. It's not that way anymore. You need smaller, faster guys to do all this spread stuff, but we still got some big guys. And if you're going to beat this team, you better have some big guys.
And the rest of the country appreciate that with all the spread and all the scoring?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
One more.
Get an update on TJ Yeldon. Sorry. Get an update on TJ Yeldon. How he's doing?
I'm sorry?
Get an update on TJ Yeldon. How he's doing?
Oh, he has a twisted ankle, and I don't know too much about what his status is or how bad it is. Anything else? Anybody wants to ask?
Nick,
Yes, sir.
These types of wins, you said the energy was contagious at the end of the game. These types of wins, can they be contagious? What do they do for teams? It reminds me of the 2012 game here, maybe what it did for you guys.
Well, you know, we didn't play very well after that win.
True.
All right, so, you know, I think that you players really have to have a lot of maturity, all right, and understanding, okay, we won the game. We should be really happy about the fact that we won the game. We control our own destiny in terms of what we want to accomplish, and we won the game. But, you know, there's always an and or a but. But there is a but. We didn't play that great, and we need to play better, and we need to improve. All right, and that takes a lot of maturity on our players' part, all right, to understand that they can't be satisfied just because we won. Because we're really capable of playing better and executing with more consistency And we're going to need to do that to beat the teams that we have to beat coming up. So they have to show their maturity and willingness to go out and practice now and carry this energy over into the improvement that we need to be able to have success in the future.
Nick,
That's not, most of the time, that's not our nature as human beings, you know. All right, when we win, we're satisfied. We think we're supposed to get a break.
We need to finish up here because the players will be.
Okay.